Hello and welcome back to Officina Virtuale. Today we're going to be starting of making our first playlist. We want to realize this simple element, this simple product here, this pulley. And at the end of our playlist, we will start even with our first step in assembly design. Okay, so let's start in mechanical design and part design, and we can call this part as arm. And let's click on OK. Here we are. This is part design. So we can select our first plane. For example, let's select the Z X plane. And on this plane, we can sketch something like this. We can select an elongated hole. As you can see here, we've got this option. As a constraint, we've got this axis vertical, and we want this radius here 10 millimeters, and we can fix this element, let's say 120. Okay, now clicking on pressing on exit workbench, we can extrude this element, and let's say 3 millimeter, preview, and OK. Now clicking on this surface, we want to realize a different scale sketch. So we want a first point here, and we want this point and this circle here as a condition concentricity. Okay, we want a point, and as always we want concentricity between this point and this element, concentricity, and let's click on OK. And now we need a third point, and we want as a condition coincidence between this point and this axis. As you can see here, we've got this condition, coincidence, and let's click on OK. And we can fix this distance, this and this, and let's say 50. And now exit workbench. Okay, so as you can see here, we've got these three different points, 1, 2, and 3. And now let's click on hole, and we want to realize a hole on this surface here. So selecting the surface, we can fix the position of our hole using this position in sketch. So let's click on this, and we can select this point and this point with control, and let's click on coincidence. Okay, and this is the positioning. Now we can fix our diameter, let's say 8 millimeter, and as extension up to next. Let's click on preview and OK. And now we can use as option, we've got this option, user pattern. Clicking on this, as you can see here, automatically we've got our current solid selected, but we want as a pattern our hole, and as a position we can select this sketch here. So let's click on preview and OK. And now we need 3 more holes, so let's select the surface here, and we can sketch 3 different points, 1, 2, and 3. So let's start with our first point. We want coincidence between our axis, the vertical axis, and our point. Okay, and we can fix this distance, and let's say 15. This is our first point. Now we want coincidence between this point and this axis. Okay, and we can fix this distance 20 millimeters. Okay, and now to fix the position of our third point we need this center point here. So let's select this circle here. We can project this circle with these options. We can change this as a construction element. Okay, now we can select and we can sketch this point here. As you can see here, this is a construction point. This is very important. And now we can fix, selecting the point and this circle, we can say concentricity. Okay. And as you can see here, these two different elements, this point and this circle, are construction elements. This is the most important thing, because we can fix this distance here now, and let's say 15. And we can fix, as you can see, we've got this green sketch, but I can check this condition, coincidence, and so let's click on OK. Now, when I exit Workbench, these two different elements, the center point and this circle here, are disappeared. And now we can sketch a hole on this surface here. Let's change our diameter, let's say 6 millimeters, and we can fix this position, clicking on position in sketch, and we can select this point, for example, and this point, and we can say concentricity. Coincidence. Okay. We exit Workbench and let's click on OK. Now we've got our hole here, and as always we can click on user pattern, and as always we need to change our object because we want this second hole here. And now we can select this sketch here to fix the position of our hole. So let's click on OK, and here we are. Now we can add materials. We can hide our plane. So selecting these two different planes, we can hide these two different planes. And now we can add material. So let's click on Apply Material. And normally we will use metal, but for now let's click on painting and let's select this DS light blue. Selecting our element and apply element, and let's click on OK. And now we can save our first element, so let's say save as, and let's save this element as arm. Save. As always, if you like this content, please consider to subscribe, share, like, and so on. See you soon.